Why are we so obsessed with the world ending? Maybe because it makes for incredible gameplay. Today, we're counting down the best dystopian games you can play right now, ranging from the newest hits to the legendary classics. Let's dive in. If we're talking high-tech, low-life, we have to start with Cyberpunk 2077. Night City is a neon-soaked monster that feels alive. With the recent updates and Phantom Liberty, it's finally the RPG we were promised. You're fighting megacorps in a world obsessed with body mods, and it looks absolutely incredible. Moving from the future to the ocean floor, BioShock remains a masterpiece. Rapture was supposed to be an objectivist utopia, but now it's a rusted, leaking nightmare. The Art Deco style mixed with genetic splicing gone wrong creates an atmosphere that is still unmatched. Would you kindly play this if you haven't? But if you want a colder, newer kind of apocalypse, look at Frostpunk 2. This isn't just about surviving the snow anymore, it's about surviving human nature. You're managing a frozen city where political factions tear each other apart. It's stressful, complex, and forces you to make brutal moral compromises to keep society running. Speaking of brutal regimes, Half-Life 2 remains the gold standard for resistance stories. City 17 is iconic. You're fighting the alien Combine in a police state that feels terrifyingly real. Even years later, the visual storytelling and gravity gun physics make this linear shooter an absolute must-play. Now, for a modern, open-world survival experience, jump into S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2, Heart of Chornobyl. The zone is back and deadlier than ever. It's a stunning, grimdark struggle for resources where anomalies and mutants hunt you down. The atmosphere is thick, radioactive, and completely immersive. Scavenging has never felt this tense. Switching gears to something purely psychological, Disco Elysium offers a different kind of ruin. You play a broken detective in a city scarred by a failed revolution. There's no combat, just sharp dialogue and internal voices. It explores political ideologies and personal failure better than almost any book I've read. If you want to see how bureaucracy creates evil, you have to try Papers, Please. You're just a border guard stamping passports in a communist state. But every choice matters. Do you let a desperate refugee in and risk your family's safety? It turns a boring desk job into a harrowing moral thriller. For a complete change of pace, get your adrenaline fix with the new indie hit Mullet MadJack. This is a frantic, 90s anime-inspired shooter where you have literally 10 seconds to live unless you kill again. It's a satirical, hyper-violent look at dopamine addiction and streaming culture that hits like a truck. We can't ignore the wasteland, so let's revisit the king, Fallout New Vegas. This is the ultimate role-playing sandbox. You decide the political fate of the Mojave, caught between a corrupt democracy and a brutal dictator. It proves that while war never changes, your choices in this game actually do. Finally, to leave you completely unsettled, we end with Inside. This wordless puzzle platformer is a masterclass in visual horror. You're a small boy sneaking through a facility that controls mindless human husks. It's dark, monochromatic, and the ending will stay with you long after you put the controller down. And that's our list. Whether you want to fight the system or just survive it, there's something here for you. Which dystopian world would you actually survive in? Let me know in the comments, and I'll catch you in the next one.